Tarot and Oracle forecast for the month of April 2019. If you would like a personal or private reading, or one of those incredible soulmate readings, or any of the other readings available, please go to my website. The links are available in the description box below. Pisces, we're going to start with your tea leaves and then do a bit of an oracle and tea leaf card reading, move on to your relationship, and finish up with a tarot reading. Right, Pisces? I have a look at your teacup and see what shows up for you, the story that shows up for you for the month of April. First of all, there's the sign of Aries. There's an arrow pointing downward, and there's a little person climbing down that arrow. Above that is a big symbol that looks like the excitement symbol. You know, something explodes and it's all excitement everywhere. It has to do with an Aries person. We're going to look at your tea leaf cards just now, so this might tie in with that. The arrow pointing downwards is not actually an indication of something going down. An arrow is an indication of something actually heading in the right trajectory. You're kind of climbing towards that after the excitement. The fact that it's pointing downwards instead of upwards says to me that you kind of, it's as if the excitement wants to pull you in a certain direction and you decide, no, hang on a moment, this is just a distraction. Some of it I can use, but most likely I'm going to move off in another direction. The climbing on the arrow sort of says to me, this takes a bit of effort on your part, it takes a bit of wiliness on your part, it takes a bit of an adaptability on your part, but it has the potential to head off to success. The other thing that shows up in this teacup very clearly is the letter S. That could be a person's name, it could be the letter for a place. Around this is lots of little symbols, none which really jump out for me. It's almost as if that S is just standing there by itself and it has an important, oh, there I see a little heart with two little cupid wings on either side. So somebody, this could be romance in the true sense, Cupid shooting the arrow. Okay, that's interesting. So that's to be found in there. Right, let's see what else is in here. I see an arrow taking a right turn. I see a little four-leaf clover on the other side of a yoke. So you sort of take a right turn about a decision or something you're doing. It causes a little bit of frustration at first. You feel tied down and frustrated. But ultimately, there's a good luck involved. There's good fortune involved because there's a little wishbone as well. And a victory sign. Very nice. So there's a decision or a choice or a sort of a turn in your path, you know, on your goals or whatever you're busy trying to do. And at first that sort of heading off in a slightly different direction or taking a different turn, maybe you're forced to take that different turn, has you very frustrated and feeling tied down. But what you don't realize is this actually is going to be good luck, good fortune and victory for you in the end. Very nice. If we look at your tea leaf cards, you get younger man, hat, and pin. Younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. You will be playing a different role and a new job or career. So the younger man, we also saw the letter S and the little Cupid's arrow little story in your teacup, right? So there could be a younger man for some of you that you get emotionally or romantically involved in. So he could possibly have been in your life up to now and just as a friend or just somebody you know, but you're about to change your role with that person. It can also be career related because of that final card that says new job or career. There could be a younger man whom you end up collaborating with in a new career. Could be your boss because there's a different role being played here. The two of you might have just known each other before. Now you decide to collaborate, or he becomes your boss, or there's something like that as well. There's a story like that unfolding. The yin card is the final card in this section of the reading, and that is the receptive card. There's a lot of things in here, like you climbing that arrow, which I said will take a bit of wiliness and a little bit of heading off in something that looks a bit difficult for you. There's also that in the teacup showing, you know, frustration when you take a different turn. But it's almost as if when you head off in that new direction, when you start a different aspect of something, a goal, a career, something you're doing, you're changing course. That seems to be the message. And at first you're going to feel frustrated, but try to be more receptive to what is coming into your life. It might not all manifest immediately. In fact, what is coming up in the future is definitely good luck, victory, and success with this, whatever it may be. But at first, you're just going to have to be receptive about what comes your way. Just navigate your way through it as best as possible. If you push too hard at the moment, you're just going to come up against resistance. That's coming through in a lot of readings at the moment. Your relationship cards are particularly lovely. You get the honeymoon and worth waiting for. You also get protection and joy. The honeymoon says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Worth waiting for says divine timing is at work in your love life. The protection card speaks about taking back your power, and the joy card speaks about the healing of an old wound. So if we look at all this together, the messages or the story that is here is, one, for some of you, there's a very good opportunity to meet somebody who has long-term potential, or the kind of person you've been waiting to meet for a partner, but it's out of your normal routine. It's actually most likely going to be where you go on holiday, where you go away for a weekend, or you take a half-day break, or you decide to go for a Saturday afternoon. It's somewhere holiday-like, holiday atmosphere, where you take a break and you do things you'd usually do when you were on holiday. It's that kind of feeling. It's here that you bump into somebody that is not, one, it's divine timing, and two, it was worth waiting for. This person enables you to heal an old wound in the long run, and perhaps right from the beginning. Perhaps you felt a lot of rejection from somebody recently, or someone did something that was just really didn't sit right with you, and it really hurt you, and it left a wound which has probably made it difficult to call in somebody suitable or call in anybody at all in the last few months or years, possibly years. Now this person heals that wound without you maybe even being consciously aware of it, probably without you being consciously aware of it. It's also a case of you take back your power now, because that wound actually sucked your power to a certain extent. It made you feel less about yourself. It made you feel less your worthiness, your self-worthiness took a knock. And it might all have been unconscious, although for quite a lot of you, you would probably have been aware of the fact that this is what happened. But this new person that came in, is coming in now in this particular situation, out of your home turf, or out of your day-to-day routine, has the potential to do that for you. It's a very nice message. And those of you that are in committed partnerships and relationships, if you can get away with your partner in the month of April, go somewhere different, there's actually the potential for the same kind of thing to happen. There is an old wound, perhaps with your partner, something they did or said, or you misunderstood, whatever the case may be, and that can be healed in this time that you spend away, even if it's an afternoon together. And it does help restore. It helps you to bring your own power, to step into your own power again. Because like I said, this wound was sapping your power. It was taking away your worthiness. It was making you feel not complete, or as if you weren't good enough in some way. But this is about to heal in the month of April, and that is amazing news. Your tarot cards definitely speak about you heading off in a new phase of your life, in a new direction. I know we often hear these words, but it's really very clear that that is what's happening for you in the month of April. You're stepping into a new phase in your life. The Tower says you will at first be, your foundations will rumble, your life itself will rock, might even have the rug pulled out from you a few times. Adaptability, perspective are important things to remember. Those are the messages that come through. Maintain perspective and be ready to be adaptable to the changes. You are heading off in an entirely new direction, the Sky Kitten says. What the Sky Kitten also says is you're ready for this. It's something you actually wanted. You'd also need to be ready for the fact you're not always going to be coasting along or cruising in this new direction. It's new. You have to learn. And the Eight of Earth underscores that. It says you're going to at times make mistakes. There's no such thing as mistakes. We can talk for hours about that. But what we label as mistakes, you are going to trip up at what we label as tripping up. You're going to, because you are learning something new. But as you go along, you'll become more and more skilled at whatever this newness is in your life. That Ten of Fire says when things do get very volatile, when you feel like your footing is so unsure that you just don't know where to next, take a breather, step back, don't push. We've already seen that in the rest of your reading as well. We've seen it in your teacup and the rest of your cards, that first oracle card as well. Take a breather when it really feels to you as if it is getting chaotic. let things settle a bit, and then move forward again. But move forward you are going to have to do, because it's your new path, and it's exciting and it's wonderful, and it shows great potential for those symbols that we saw in the teacup, the luck, the victory, the success. But it is going to be volatile at times. So when it does get to that point, just remember, don't push any harder. Then step back, take a breath, wait for things to settle a little. They may not settle completely, but they will settle sufficiently for you then to move forward and navigate what is happening far easier. Incredible month for you, Pisces. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.